Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, it's a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. We'll look at what damage strong storms have left behind in parts of central Kentucky and have your updated forecast just ahead.
Also, a southern Kentucky minister accused of a triple murder heads to court today. We've got the details ahead.
And new Kentucky state laws are helping some people make a clean slate. We'll take a closer look at a felony expungement workshop to be held in Lexington on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into you. I'm Rebecca Smith.
I'm Bill Bryant. It's so good to have you with us here early on your Tuesday, and it is another WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. Why? Because we anticipate we could have more of these heavy downpours from time to time. And Micah, they've been causing problems.
They have been causing problems, especially down south early this morning where we have that flash flood warning in effect until 9 a.m. and that goes for Laurel, Pulaski. Work your way back towards, say, southern portions of Jackson County. Go down the Hal Rogers Parkway into the interchange of 421. That's an area that has been hit pretty hard with some heavy rain just the past 30 minutes to an hour. Now that heaviest rain is moving off toward places in Leslie County and now eventually sliding over into Perry County, still in far north and northwestern portion of Perry County, the Buckhorn area. But that's the look this morning. And southern morning rain, that is your best bet as we look for the heaviest rain. There's bits and pieces to the north, but the southern area is where we're going to be watching the next few hours. Getting towards your afternoon, it does look much better, guys. We're going to be going over that with your hour-by-hour forecast coming up.
Okay, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
In Clark County, several inches of rain turned some creeks into just raging rivers.
And much of the flooding was in the old Boonesboro Road area, not far from Winchester. Some people ended up being stranded in their homes because of high water. They say they have never been where they've seen the water get so high.
My brother has lived right down the street for like 15 years, and he said the same thing. I have never seen it flood like this.
The people we talked to say they are not very concerned about the high water because they think it will go down just as fast as it went up. We've also heard reports of flooding in Perryville over in Boyle County as well. Now, remember, you can track the storms with our WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. Download that for free in the App or Google Play stores.
A southern Kentucky minister and business owner accused in a high-profile murder case will head to court today.
Kenneth Keith is charged with killing 3 people during a robbery at a Danville pawn shop back in September of 2013. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk with what we expect in court today. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. A judge ruled that Kenneth Keith was competent to stand trial last July, but a trial date still has not been set because this case has had numerous delays. The 51-year-old will be back in court today, so we could finally learn when this murder case will go to trial. Police say it has nearly been 3 years since Keith killed 3 people in a Danville pawn shop. The owners, Michael and Angela Hawkinsmith, and gold broker Daniel Smith, were all shot and killed back in September of 2013. The Danville pastor was arrested and charged with robbery and murder because investigators said he matched the description of the killer that witnesses gave police. In the past few years, this high-profile case has been stalled by delays. Keith's first attorney was shot and killed 2 years ago by an upset man. Officers say the shooter was angry because the attorney would not help him with the problem. After that, Keith's case was transferred to the Department of Public Advocacy because he did not like the way his second attorney was representing him. Today, the 51-year-old will be back in court with what is known as a public defender or a court-appointed attorney. We're hoping to learn where this case now stands and where it goes from here. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. As part of the new laws passed during this year's Kentucky General Assembly, some convicted felons in Kentucky can get their records permanently sealed.
Today, there will be a meeting in Lexington to educate felons about this new law. WKYT's Mike Beyer is live with details on this meeting.
Good morning, Rebecca. In response to Kentucky's new felony expungement law, the Lexington Public Library will hold a free expungement informational tonight. Now, the workshop is scheduled to start at 6 p.m. The event is hosted by the Kentucky Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, the Department of Public Advocacy, Clean Slate Kentucky, and Legal Aid of the Bluegrass. The workshop is aimed at helping interested people understand and navigate the felony expungement process. The law is a result of House Bill 40, which was passed this year and allows judges to expunge certain low-level felonies if the applicant has abstained from criminal activity for 5 years. Now, the workshop here at the Public Library tonight is expected to last about an hour and a half. One will also be coming to Paducah this weekend on Saturday at noon. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
A Lexington Road is back open after a crash. It happened around 10 o'clock last night on Hume Road near Bryan Station. Police say a car ran off the road and hit a utility pole. We're told the driver of the car was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The utility pole fell across the road.
A Laurel County mother who police say went on the run with her 5-year-old son gave us her side of the story from jail. Police say Jamie Allen nearly hit a Laurel County Sheriff's deputy with her car when she drove away from them Saturday morning. They say her son was in the car with her. Police say they were trying to arrest Allen for missing a DUI court appearance. Allen told us that she ran from police because she was trying to protect her son.
He knows that I'm not really a bad person. Like, he knows that I was running from the law because I missed the court date, because I didn't want to go to jail. He knows that.
Police say when they arrested Allen Saturday night, she pulled a knife on them and got into a scuffle. She is now facing multiple charges, including attempted murder of a police officer. The child was not injured. Allen says that she was not under the influence when all of this started, but was by the time she was arrested.
The CDC is dispatching an emergency response team of experts in birth defects and mosquito control to a South Florida neighborhood right there at the center of the Zika outbreak.
There are now 14 cases of locally transmitted Zika in the state there. 12 men and 2 women are infected. Hannah Daniels has the latest.
The domestic travel warning affecting Miami's Wynwood Arts District is a first for the CDC.
We're advising pregnant women not to travel to this 1-mile area north of downtown Miami, and for pregnant women who live or work in that area to do everything possible to prevent mosquito bites.
The unprecedented alert came after 10 new cases of the virus erupted in the same area over the weekend. Florida resident Carrie Vidal and her husband are expecting their second son in October.
And we're taking all the necessary precautions because, as far as I understand, he can get it and we wouldn't even know.
Dr. Anthony Fauci of the National Institutes of Health says all pregnant women should be concerned.
Pregnant women, no matter where you are in the summer right now, should be careful about making sure they protect themselves from mosquito bites, not only insect repellent and proper clothing, but staying indoors.
Officials in Florida have been aggressively spraying in the outbreak area for several weeks, but it hasn't reduced the local population of mosquitoes capable of carrying the virus. State Governor Rick Scott says congressional action on a Zika funding bill is critical.
It's disappointing they went on recess without acting. The federal government needs to be a partner in this.
For now, federal health officials are urging women who have visited the Zika-affected zone in Florida to postpone getting pregnant for at least 8 weeks. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
The CDC's travel warning covers only about a square mile of North Miami because the mosquitoes that can carry Zika typically only travel about 150 meters during their lifetimes.
We're learning more about the criminal past of the pilot of the hot air balloon that crashed over the weekend in Texas, killing all 16 people on board. Investigators think the balloon hit power lines before catching fire and crashing. The pilot, Alfred Skip Nichols, was among the victims. Court records show he had been arrested several times for driving while intoxicated in Missouri. In 2009, Nichols crashed a hot air balloon near St. Louis. No one was seriously hurt in that crash, but the family did sue.
In a world full of smartphones and tablets, a new law in Alabama is trying to keep one simple tradition alive. The new law there requires all public schools in the state to teach cursive writing by the end of the 3rd grade. At least 5 other states have similar laws on the books to require cursive writing, since the Common Core curriculum does not include it.
This morning is the grand opening for a new Lexington playground. Jacobson Park on 8th and Boonesboro Road is getting one. The grand opening is at 10 o'clock this morning, so good news there. I know a lot of people really looking forward to this new playground there at Jacobson Park.
Yeah, it's been some time in the planning, and now it's all set up, and
Yeah.
there you go, ready to snip the ribbon later today.
Just in time for school.
Yeah, WKYT this morning, just getting started on your Tuesday. It's 5:09 right now.
The presidential nominees being immortalized in wax. More on the preparation that takes, and I'm sure a lot of it for Donald Trump's hair, right?
And we're getting down toward the southeast, looking for that rain to try to move on out. I'm going to show you when this actually moves on out. I'm going to take you hour by hour through your day, coming up next. Boy, yesterday was an active day for most. I'm meteorologist Micah Harrison. This morning, it's still ongoing down toward the south and southeast. I know you have bits and pieces towards central and northern zones, but that's not really anything to worry about. It's really down toward the southeast where we still have flash flood warnings in effect in northern Pulaski County. That does include Science Hill and also Eubank area. And then when you work your way back toward Mount Vernon, Crab Orchard, work your way down 150 all the way toward that London Corbin area. And we're sitting across 25 and also 75, still dealing with that until 9 a.m. So it's going to be Clay County, which includes Manchester, or does not include Manchester, rather, Jackson, Laurel, Pulaski, and Rockcastle counties until 9 a.m. The heaviest batch of rain's long gone, but damage is already done in those zones. But you can see the heaviest rain now over Hayden across 421 as you work your way down toward Harlan, that 421, 119 interchange. Still pretty wet this morning. Headed toward Hazard. Now the heaviest rain is about to enter Hazard, and once it starts, it's not going to stop for about 30 minutes. So here comes some heavy rain. Hyman, Pippa passes. You'll be next in line here in about 30 to 45 minutes, and it continues to slide eastbound into Pike County and also the mountainous regions. Then you look northbound, it's bits and pieces. None of this is going to cause any problems, but nonetheless, still, it's not helping us out. That is for sure, as a lot of us have picked up some pretty decent amounts the past few days. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast, and by noontime, I would expect only a small chance of rain, slight chance, and that goes in towards your afternoon, too. So after we get past the morning hours, it looks much better, drying some things on out. That's exactly what we need. Remember, this afternoon, still a slight chance of rain. We cannot rule that out. But for the most part, the bulk of the rain is long gone. So there's some good news for us. More good news in the forecast is after we track this morning rain, these improving conditions. It does look a lot cleaner in the forecast, a lot drier too. Now, it's not fully dry, but it is drier as we head throughout your day tomorrow, Thursday, and on Friday. Trying to make some plans, I'd stick with those, as it's only a small chance of rain during that time. Still with that, though, you're talking about a heavy downpour here or there could cause an issue, but nonetheless, most of us will stay dry. Weekend is your next best chance of rain at about 40 to 50%. Let's check out your 7-day forecast here as you look. It's 87 for today. So we get into your afternoon, we may even lose that 40% chance of rain, may drop it down to 20 or 30%. So there's some good news for us. But it's really the morning hours, guys, we're going to be watching, especially down toward the southeast. Tomorrow is mainly dry. Thursday, Friday, still mostly dry at only a 30% chance of rain. And then Saturday and Sunday, a little better opportunity. I'd lean more towards Saturday as of right now. If you have to make a plan right now, I'd lean more towards Saturday being the best chance of rain as opposed to Sunday. So just nonetheless, here comes another shot at rain for the weekend.
Okay.
But the good news here is most of us, not all of us, most of us dry out the next few days. We need it.
All right, we sure
Absolutely.
do, yeah. With it, and some areas really need it with those
right.
areas that have been hit with these downpours. Thank you.
Madame Tussauds in Washington, D.C. is ready for the announcement of the new president.
The Wax Museum has released the first images of clay head molds of the Republican and Democratic presidential nominees, which are being constructed in London. This is the first time that both presidential candidates have been created by the Wax Museum. Museum representatives say they got a jump start this year since both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump have been immortalized in wax before. They say one of the trickiest things is perfecting Trump's famous hairstyle as artists lay each hair individually. So
I had a guess, and
intricate
apparently I was
work
right.
There you go.
Impressive.
All right, time this morning is 5:16 on WKYT here on your Tuesday.
We have a look at your money. Stay with us.
Welcome back into WKYT this morning, about to hit 5:20 here on your Tuesday. Rise and shine, time to get going. The price of college these days is making some people question if getting a degree is really worth it.
And if you enjoy drinking beer, you may want to check out the job postings at the Smithsonian. Brooke Silva Braga has the latest on your money.
Construction spending fell for the third straight month. The Commerce Department found a 0.6% drop in June. Housing was actually flat, but non-residential construction like factory building had its biggest drop in 6 months. And oil continues its drop, down below $40 a barrel, and trading yesterday, stocks were mixed. The Dow losing 27 and the Nasdaq up 22. Is the high cost of college tuition really worth it? Well, most Americans say yes. 89% of college graduates say their tuition was a good investment, and 73% of all Americans believe college is worth the money. The Bankrate.com study also found 62% of Americans support making college free. And help wanted at the Smithsonian. Must enjoy drinking beer. The National Museum of American History is looking for a beer historian to research, document, and collect American brewing history. The position pays $64,000 a year. And that's your Money Watch. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Brooke Silva Braga.
All right, the time this morning is 5:21 on WKYT. On your Tuesday, we have a lot more news coming right up. Our top stories on the way shortly.
Sports is up as well next.
Tyler Eulis has his pocket picked by a young camper, and Team USA plays its final exhibition game before the Olympics. Highlights are next in sports.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back. Meteorologist Micah Harris have some heavy rain down toward the southeast. The good news here is this heavy rain is really moving pretty quickly, heading over the mountainous regions here in just about 2 hours. It will be the heaviest rain. Will be long gone. Not all the rain, but it's left in the wake of it. Some flash flood warnings in effect by Laurel County, southern Jackson, portions of Clay County, its far western portions, and the northern Pulaski and Rockcastle County. So that's what we're looking at as of right now. What we're going to be seeing is that rain trying to move on out, and it looks like by the afternoon, just a small chance of rain later on this afternoon. So there's some good news for us. Let's check out sports, see what's going on.
Tyler Eulis, Jamal Murray, and Alex Poythress all coming back into town yesterday for John Calipari's pro camp. Carl Towns will be coming in on Wednesday. Eulis and Poythress had a lot of fun with the kids yesterday morning. Tyler, though, got his pocket picked by one of the campers, and it resulted in a basket. The youngster's name is Jackson Grader. Poythress and Murray talked about on Monday the future of the Wildcats, and they both see a good season ahead.
It'll be pretty good, you know. I play pick. Me, Tyler, and Devin play pick with them the other day. They're gonna be real good, real athletic at the positions, you know. If they just get some leader, Isaiah's really bringing some leadership. So if he knows how to handle his troops, then they'll be really fine. I think they're said and done. Really impressed by him.
Yeah, he ready from last year. Last year was more of learning for all of us as freshmen, but this year, you know, his time to lead. And the best thing about it is he's going to get it done, you know, on the defensive end more than anybody. So I think that'll help a lot.
Now, Poythress played in the NBA Summer League with Orlando. He's hopeful of getting with an NBA team for training camp. It isn't out of the question, though, that Poythress will head to Europe to continue his basketball career.
I've looked at different options, you know, but, you know, that's the goal still. You know, I still got time to do that. The team's feeling optimistic about me, so I'm just taking it one day at a time. You know, it's a long process, you know. It's a long road. I knew it's going to be like this, and I'm just ready for it. Knees are great, you know. I've trained out in L.A. I was doing a lot of rehab, you know, and PT, you know. Add a couple more inches to my vert, you know. I feel fine, feel real healthy, you know. I'm ready to roll.
DeMarcus Cousins in action last night with Team USA. The U.S. taking on Nigeria in Houston. Final exhibition game before the Olympics. Nice move by Cousins in the lane, and he lays it in. He had 10 points and 5 boards. Then it's Cousins with the pass as he dribbles in and finds DeMar DeRozan open. DeRozan goes baseline for the slam. The United States in complete control. Go to the third quarter. Here's a lob from about 50 feet away. Kyle Lowry to DeAndre Jordan. 110-66 the final. The next stop is Rio and the Olympics. And that'll do it for your morning sports. Have a great Tuesday.